goodness. Nutrition.
Nutrition is a good start. Good start. Traumedy, good start. Good start. Anyone online? Do you know what we're talking about today? I can't hear you. Maybe the volume's not up. What is it, Renee? Go for it.
What, I'll ask them one more time. What is key? Blank is key.
Dana.
Consistency.
Consistency!
Yes.
So on your paper, there's pens, there's papers in front of you. Take out the pen and write out consistency. That is what we're talking about today. Consistency is very important with everything you do in your life. And again, I chose that song because that is what I have done my whole life. Consistency, having fun. I want to thank Jess, guys. Give it up for Jess coming through, leading us through. Jess has recently come on full throttle with the company Elevate 360. That's the name of my company. I don't have to say mine, I have to say our, right? Renee, as I told you, she's on there, and Renee has been with me since before the dawn of time. Consistency with your health and wellness, and nutrition is the main thing when it comes to eating. So I'm going to turn it over to Renee right now, because 80% of the way you look, 80% of the way you feel has to do with your nutrition. Are you ready, Renee?
Yes.
I am going to spotlight you.
She's so knowledgeable.
Right. Let's see. Renee. Oh, there she is. Coach Renee. Guys, give it up. Make some noise for Renee. Go for it, girlfriend.
Can you make me host again?
I'll make you co-host and then you should be good. Della, is that song stuck in your head now, guys?
No.
It's
But
not.
I did use my wine rules from that Fit Hall.
I saw you. I think we have to do it again because some people were like, I don't know if you were nervous, but did you know, sorry, Renee, but you guys know I'm always teaching, right? Trauma is right here, Kamisha, right here in our hips. That's why, it's like the Africans do all those like, when you have Luka moves like that, you want to stretch. So we're going to keep our trauma, we have to let it go. So we're going to do it again. Go ahead, Renee.
Right.
We can't hear you if you're talking.
No.
My screen, I think it's been, because mine is pulling the same thing yours was.
I said we can't hear you if you're talking. Are you talking? Open your mouth. I don't know if she's talking, guys. Do you guys hear anything or is it just me?
No. I don't hear anything.
Renee, are you talking? Open your
I
mouth.
can't hear.
She gave me a thumbs up. Can you talk?
I'm talking. Can you guys hear me?
Now we can hear you.
Okay. I was like, what am I gonna do? What am I gonna do? So, apologies for that, whatever it was, guys. So, as we were just talking, consistency is key in everything, and nutrition is no exception. It actually, eating healthy for a better life is the root of all things in life, because when you feel better, you're able to do more for yourself and others around you. And pardon me. The reason that I want to focus on the healthy eating is because what you put into your body, as Tina said, at 80% affects not only how you look, but how you feel. And if you're putting 80% of good healthy things in your body, you're gonna feel good and healthy. That we follow an 80-20 rule.
Can't hear it, right?
80% clean and healthy. You can't hear? I'm not sure what's going on. I've got my volume up. I'm testing my mic. It's working.
Maybe it's on our end, audio.
You want me to?
I can't hear either.
Do you have AirPods in your ears or something? That helps when you have AirPods on.
Wait, but I'm going through my computer.
Yeah, you don't. And the screen isn't big all the way. We see the stuff on the side.
was trying to get that out, but not successfully. When the issue you had when you played the scissor beat.
Yeah, just bring your face closer to the screen.
All right.
Sarah said, just get closer.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, just keep your mouth on the screen, and you got to talk from your diaphragm.
All right. All right. So, as I was saying, that healthy eating is the foundation to not only a strong body, but a clear mind and living a well-balanced life. And what we want to do is not just survive, but thrive. And what I want to do is tell you about my story, how I moved from surviving to thriving. And it started with figuring out my why. Okay. For me, I wanted to break this my lifelong experience of seeing people that I loved making not so healthy choices that ended up in irreversible damage to their bodies and ultimately caused them to die earlier than we would have wanted them to. And that not only did it not enable them to be able to experience a full life, it was very sad. One of them was my mother, and most recently she passed in March. And it was very sad for me because of these choices that she had made. She was not able, I wasn't able to take her to the beach. There were a lot of things that she wanted to do that were basically on her bucket list that we couldn't do. And so after years of seeing that, I knew that I did not want that for myself, and I didn't want my kids to have to experience seeing me in that kind of shape. So that wasn't one of my whys. And then I had an issue even looking at myself in the mirror because that meant was I had to acknowledge who I am and where I wanted to be. So I also did mirror work, but that goes along with the fitness. Pardon me. Living a fit and healthy nutrition is all works together. It also healthy, clean eating leads to mental clarity, better focus, and a lot less stress. And that ended up happening for me, and I'll get to that in a minute. And wanting to feel alive and capable and aligned. For me, when I started this fitness journey, I thought I knew the first why, what I told you about, that I wanted to be fit so I could avoid that for myself. And so I started going to the gym. I finally found this cycle gym or cycle bar was the name of the place. And I would go in the back corner, and I showed up and I did this, but I wasn't seeing the results until one day Tina, and this was in North Carolina, she had come back from a vacation, and she noticed me, and after a time or two, she noticed me struggling. She could tell my consistency was there, which that is very key to all of this. But I really was struggling on the bike. So one day mind you, I had been there for a while, and no one had ever done what she did that day. And what she did was she came over to me and offered me some corrections. And I was so grateful to her that I had mattered enough for her to come over and talk to me. That night, I ended up texting her saying, "Thank you so much. I appreciate it." And she ended up telling me about, then the business was called Elite Stars, which is now Elevate 360. And she basically said all of the things that would happen if I would just listen to her, starting with healthy eating and fitness and mindset. But again, so she just said, if you listen to me, you will see results. So I said, I am all in. And after 2 months of it, and then, so this was mid-August. She said, we'll start in September. I went out that day and I got all my stuff. She said, okay, we can start now. So I actually started in mid-August. And by the end of October of that year, I had gone from, again, I wasn't getting results when I was doing it on my own. And that's another key thing. You don't know what you don't know. So I went from not losing anything to losing 50. We don't say lose because we don't want to find them either. I shed more than 50 pounds and a ton of inches. I don't even remember the inches right now. And again, like I said, what that was my body, right? And it felt great to be able to get that weight off of my body, because what it enabled me to do is realize what true happiness was. I thought I was happy until I started working with Tina, and it was so much deeper than just the way I looked. The nutrition lab allowed me to have a clearer mindset, because I feel better, right? When you feel better, you think better, you have a healthier heart, and you're able to work out and do the things that you want to do. And it's important to note that I embrace this as a lifestyle change. It wasn't something I, quote unquote, had to do. It's something I wanted to do because I wanted to be happy. Everyone wants to be happy, right? And again, I think, Tina hit on this earlier. I also had put is 80% of what you eat, 10% physical movement, and 10% genetics. And I wanted to hit on a few things that will help you with healthy eating. Diverse and balanced meals. You don't want to just focus on one thing. We recommend that you focus on having a good portion, like about 50% of your plate being filled with fruits and vegetables, 1/4 lean protein and 1/4 whole grain. And another tip is focus on high fiber and very low sugar and saturated fats. These, if you do these, that is a heart healthy, not only a heart healthy meal, but it doesn't weigh so heavy on you. You'll have more energy. And I put scheduled here because we talk about fasting, and when you fast, at least start with a 12-hour, for example. If you have your last meal at 7 p.m., don't eat again until 7 a.m. What that does is it allows your body to recover and process and do all of the things it needs to do without constantly being full of food. You're not able to digest when it's constantly full of food. So that's why we recommend fasting. And here, this is one of my favorite photos. Doing all of this, we're just living our best lives, and that's what we want for you. We believe that you're destined for greatness, and we want to encourage you to take part of our upcoming 21-day challenge. In 21 days, you can experience a total body transformation. And I don't know if you can see on your screen, but if you text 21-day to 732656893, we can get you more info. And with that, I would like to ask if anyone has any questions.
Questions about nutrition. Before we go to the questions, Renee, let's give a round of applause. Thank you, Renee. Renee, looking looking at your before and after picture, that was massive. And it's funny, guys, because I did get to actually see that happen, where she could barely walk with a gallon. This is during COVID, and you know, during COVID, the stores were like shutting down, could barely get water. And I would make her carry a gallon of water around. I would make her. It was just a suggestion, right?
Yeah.
Do you want to lose weight? Drink a gallon of water. And I remember she's like, they're all sold out of water, and she could barely. It was like a piece of brick, and she was so chubster, she could barely walk straight. You know, you gotta find that video, Renee. And it's great to see the transformation over time. Did you ever, one more thing I'll show you guys. When I said to her, how much do you want to get rid of? She says, in about a year, I was like, a year? Did you ever think you would do it so quickly or do it at all?
No, because someone who was the manager at gym at the time had said,
Can you speak louder?
what's that?
Can you speak louder or come closer to the screen?
I'm saying no, I didn't, because someone who was the manager at that gym at the time had, prior to me connecting with you, told me it would probably take 1 to 2 years for me to lose 10 to 20 pounds. But it clearly took me 2 months. And
About a year to 2 years,
Well, she was focused. When I said she did, normally what I do when I train people is I tell you things, I don't think people are gonna do it, but she actually did it. I had 2 clients, her and then I had a business client. And I just did to them what my trainer did to me. My trainer just kept giving me stuff and I kept taking it. No, the average person doesn't really do that. So she did that.
right, and that's a good point. Everyone, you only compare yourself with you, and everyone will have their own pace, right? But the key was my consistency, and the key was recognizing. I didn't have a trouble acknowledging I received and wanted the help, but to know that you need someone with you, you need a coach like what Tina does, because it's almost impossible to do it alone. You don't know what you don't know.
Thank you, Renee. Give it up, make some noise for Renee. Woo, woo, woo. All right, crew. So I wanted to get nutrition out of the way because I'm not gonna say it's boring, but it's not cute, right? No one really wants to hear about
it's important though, Renee, right?
We can't hear you, we can't hear you.
Yeah, it is important.
So I wanna make sure that you can see and you guys can hear everything. So as we transition over to our next speaker, I really believe in everyone elevating each other, right? Let me unpin you so everyone can see each other here. Can you unpin yourself or unspotlight yourself, Renee? So I think it's wild how God brings us all together, right? And just look around the room and how we got here, and just this space right here. I'll share my information later, like how I got started, all that great stuff, but the way I got into this space was by communicating. I was at an event, just like you guys, sitting in the audience. Actually, I was speaking at the event, I forgot. And I saw this beautiful young lady in the room. And you ever see someone and you can feel something about that person? And when I saw her speaking, I was like, I gotta get to know her. And I was like, you ever get like a little nervous, like you don't know what to say, you're there, and I was like, okay, I was like, hey, would you like to go out to brunch sometime? Anyway, she's absolutely amazing, and she has an office down the street. She's a part of the Black Chamber of Commerce and a whole bunch of other amazing things in the community. I'm new to Florida, if you guys didn't know. And she invited me to an event, and I found that some women, some people, maybe it's a Florida thing, I don't know, they don't seem that forthright, that giving, right? And she was so giving. There was an amazing speaker called Ashley Kirkwood. Write that name down, look her up. Ashley Kirkwood. She's a Black woman, she's an attorney, she runs a massive community, and Kamisha has been a part of that community, and she invited me to go to an event with her a couple weeks ago in Georgia. Phenomenal, wonderful. So I wanted to give her an opportunity to speak, because speaking is so important. If you hear anyone like Myra Goldman, Tony Robbins, anyone, they say create your stages, right? Even if it's your teddy bears in front of your room, if you want to get better, you want to speak, right? So I wanted to give her an opportunity to speak. So guys, make some noise, give it up for Kamisha! So proud of you. I'll fix it, go ahead.
I was just trying not to walk in front of it.
Bring my little cheat sheet, and actually, I don't need a cheat sheet. But, hello, ladies.
Hello.
Thank you for the opportunity to speak with you this afternoon. I have been in my little creative chamber, creating actually 2 signature programs. One of the programs, it's called Whole Brand, which is a 10-point diagnostic system that allows you to analyze your own business and evaluate.
I'm sorry to cut you off, I'm sorry, this is just so good, this is so good, so good. Because I don't want them to think, I don't have a business. Listen, guys, you are your business. If you're a mother, if you're a student, if you're whatever, you have a business. So I don't want them to think, this doesn't apply to me. So,
Yeah.
because it's so good, it's so good, I'm sorry. I get a little excited. Go ahead.
But what it does is, it takes the whole entrepreneur journey and puts it as one. Because if you ever notice, business programs are usually about one thing: branding, marketing, sales, ads, this, that. But they never treat it as a whole. And how are you supposed to grow a business if everything is broken into components? Everything needs to work as one system. So I created the Whole Brand for that purpose. And one of the things that the Whole Brand does is it analyzes your mindset. That is the first module in the whole program, is to find out, where is your mind? What can your brain tolerate when it comes to building a business? See, the way we build business and have been taught, in my opinion, is backwards. Because, we're so passionate about having a business and starting a business and solving a problem that we just jump right into it. We don't think about tomorrow. We don't think about, is that business structured for growth? We just know we got a bill to pay. There's somebody willing to pay, and I'm here to receive it. So let's get this party started. But the problem with doing that is the business isn't built for longevity, so you have no exit plan. You can't sell it, you can't launch an IPO, you have no idea. You don't even know if you built that business on what I call a sinkhole, when there's no real market for that business. You don't know until a disaster or
I'll be
tragedy.
back, pretty girl.
And then you find out, holy shiznits, my business has crumbled. I don't have anything. So then now you've gone into a spin of your mindset, which kicks in survival mode. And when your brain is in survival mode, it makes all kinds of decisions for you without your permission or knowledge. And so what I did was I took that mindset component and I broke it off into its own little section, because I feel it's important that we know why we make the decisions that we do. Because if we can't change, or if we don't understand how we make decisions, then we'll keep going in this rabbit hole of bad decisions. Make bad moves, and then next you know, your business is in crisis and you have to shut down. And because business closure has a profound effect on our communities, our homelessness, our suicide rates, and community collapses. We need to do something to stop that. So I want to re-engineer how people start, move, and grow their businesses. And so on this whole mindset thing, I started off with an assessment, because you need to know where you're at in the beginning, how you make your decisions, Do you make your decisions out of fear? Is it reactionary?
Emotional.
Right. You need to know if you're operating in survival mode. Because for me, and I am doing this off of personal experience, because I was in a very bad narcissistic relationship. And I did not realize that everything that I was doing, every decision I made was because I was in survival mode. And your brain is designed to protect you from danger. And so you're just doing all kinds of things and it's like almost like a toddler. You're just acting out, doing this, doing that, and you think you're making strategy decisions when you're really just operating in fear. And so I broke this down into, I broke it down to the bones. But I give you an assessment, it tells you where you are. And then we work through on how to rewire your mind. Not only your mind, but your nervous system. Because you can change your mind, but if you don't treat the nervous system, you'll trigger your mind to go back into survival mode. And so I have this whole ebook that I have designed along with a workbook, so that you can assess yourself and work through the book. And if you don't want to do that, you also have the option to work with me directly so that we can turn things around. And it's a 90-day program, because you know it takes 21 days to change a habit.
Nice.
So you gotta develop that habit.
Yep.
So that is essentially my presentation today.
Thank you for sharing that. That's awesome because can I just comment? So from the business perspective, because I have a BA in business management, and sometimes I do look at life in a business form, and it's funny because I was just talking to Amy about with business, make sure that you like hone in on that one thing, see if you do it well. But see, you jumped and you're like, no, you need to start with assessment. Yes, you need to figure out, well, the diagnostic. You need to start and figure out what it is exactly that you want to do, and that makes perfect sense because you have to make a plan. You have to. So, and then the fact that you have these tools is just, it's amazing because it's just like, it seems like it makes it more possible for people to actually achieve what it is that they want. They may not know what their business looks like, but they know a little bit more about their passion. They may not know, certain things, but to just have that, like, to me, it's exciting. I don't know, it's just like.
And my goal is if I can help change how you start and grow your business, that will decrease business failure. Because the way that I am teaching it is, instead of just jumping into business, well, first, let's build your business on solid ground. Let's know your industry. If your industry is worth $1 trillion, then why are you asking for $50?
Ouch. Know your worth.
So, so if this industry is $1 trillion, how can you get your market portion? So the first thing is to research. Know your market. Know where the gaps are and the unmet needs are. Because in that's how you develop your business.
Just like Uber and Lyft did with ride sharing?
Correct, and you take that along with your mindset. So is your mindset capacity only good for a hobbyist? Which is fine. You could be a hobbyist, but just make sure that you're making enough money to pay your bills.
Right.
Do you want to be a Fortune 500 company? That takes a whole different set of mindset. So by knowing these things, you know when you're doing your market research, how to build your business around that, so that it matches your mindset too. And that's the alignment piece that a lot of us don't have in businesses. But if you want to learn more about what I do, please keep in touch with me. And when the ebook drops, you will be the first to know.
Woo!
Thank you for your time.
Oh, she makes
I
business
do,
cards.
I
She makes
do.
the best looking business cards in the world. Oh my gosh.
Y'all wanna turn it in so I can get a real picture? Okay. Thank you.
Hold on.
Oh,
Go for it.
Lord, okay. That's so pretty.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you
Let me
for
tell you.
sharing that with us.
Welcome, girlfriend. How are you? Better late than never, right?
Well, God put me on a different plan today.
Okay,
So
okay.
like, I almost called and canceled.
Oh, well, I'm proud of you for not, because in life sometimes that we want to do.
I was in the middle of cleaning. and
Ooh.
Didn't, like, he's got me deep cleaning my house, like I told you I did the closet yesterday. And folded all my laundry and started
I
laundry.
love it.
I'm washing my curtains that haven't been washed in 4 years. And
Love it.
cleaning behind the TV and
We're gonna
my
talk
house
about
is a
that whole cleaning
disaster
thing when,
right now.
again, going back to that trauma. Carla, on your feet, guys. It's midway. We're midway through. Turn it up. Oh,
Oh, she wanna do another.
on your feet.
Oh, gosh, come on, you gotta learn to take it, boom, boom, whatever.
Follow me. Follow me. Walking.
Carla, I need to see you doing it, Carla.
Ow. Okay, Tammy. Woo! What's your favorite island?
I had fun at St. Martin.
No.
That's tough, I've only been to two.
St. Martin and St. Thomas.
Jamaica and Bahamas, Nassau.
Yeah, listen, Nassau, you went on a cruise, didn't you?
I see you, Carla. Okay, it's coming, guys. Get still. Aww. Okay, little step touch. So, guys, we did the breast cancer walk this morning. Where are you going? Put that stuff down. Oh, she was like the back. Oh, yeah. You gotta wait for the dance off. Okay, here comes the part, guys. Remember? Side, side, side. Open your legs. Bend. To the side. Oh, didn't come yet. Hold on. Carla, get up. Here we go. 10 cent, 10 cent, dollar. 10 cent, something, something, dollar. 10 cent, 5 cent, dollar. Cent, 5 cent. Now make a dollar. Make a dollar. Hey! Oh, Jess got the slow dollar. Other way. Cent, dollar. Cent, 5 cent, dollar. Cent, 10 cent, dollar. All right, have a seat, have a seat. Oh, this is a good part. Fine, dollar. All right, Sarah. Oh, I like the fan. Don't get me started. I'll get our fan dance going too. Okay. Whew, that was fun. Again, I want to thank everyone for coming through. We are getting started right now with the keynote. No, she went to get her business card. She has office space down the street, down the hall. So, hi, Mommy. Mommy, were you dancing with us?
To the car.
That's my mother right there. You guys know we have fitness classes. I started online during COVID. Someone actually hired me to teach classes. They're like, we need classes. I'm like, okay. And I tricked my mother. Nutrition is a good start.
Oh, these are for.
I tricked my mother into teaching classes, guys. I said, Mommy, come teach classes with me. So I had her virtually teaching classes when I really just wanted her to work out herself. And she's still teaching classes.
They're pretty good, like, to be honest with you, they're like really good, especially like if you're not very like mobile, like she does stuff in the chair, she does all that, and I did it before in the chair, and I still felt it, I was like, wow. I
You
was
do.
like, yeah.
That's what they do in nursing homes and assisted living
She even
facilities.
goes and does classes in certain places, I'm like, all right, Miss Hattie.
Yeah, she teaches to the seniors.
Those people that be working out in the chair, they in better shape than I am.
All righty, crew. So again, let's pretend we've got that big color screen TV. You know, that big screen, like I told you, we're here. But anyway, Elevate 360 Holistic Wellness Center. This is the name got redefined this year. Now, I've been in this whole industry for for 10 years, but what I've done has changed. Remember how I said we all have a business?
Yes.
Your business may be wanting to do hair, wanting to watch children, making videos, creating cleaning services for people, right? I started years ago with a modeling company for kids. That's why I love kids so much. Pageants. That pageant show my daughter and I were on, that Toddlers and Tiaras. We were on that, from fashion shows, pageant, you name it, we did it all. And then my daughter kind of outgrew it, and I had the other kids, and then I got into fitness. So Elite Stars went to Elite Stars Fitness. And then last year I was like, I'm ready to transform, right? Because Elite Stars sound a little kitty doop-de-doo. So Renee and I, we decided to let's just really hone in on what we want to give to the world, right? And I guess 2 years ago, my walk with Christ faith got really strong.
Yes.
And it just felt like something was taking over. I call them downloads, but someone says it's the Holy Spirit talking to me.
Yeah, same thing.
But anyway, in the beginning of the year, Elevate 360 is the name that we came up with. And the reason why is there's your mind, your body, your soul. All of them are connected. So we focus to work with women that have gone through some type of trauma or tragedy, because we all go through it, we kind of get stuck. So today's goal is all about all about consistency. So when you walk out of this door, you're gonna walk out a different person. And it's all about your health and wellness.
Yes.
Let's see if I can get the screen going. Wish me luck, crew. Are we going to the next one? It's gonna work, right? Okay, I don't know if you guys can see. Come over here, Lori, call you Lori. Tammy, that's my parents. Now, I wish you could see the whole picture because you can't see the whole thing, but on the bottom, my mother's actually pregnant with me in this picture, and you can see her baby bump. In this picture, we can't see it because it's just their faces. So I have to make sure I tell Renee, you can't see it there, but the baby bump is here. And, all right, T, come on now, how do I do this? I'm gonna get it, crew. See, my sister wife normally does this for me, but she, maybe it's a here.
Oh, okay. No, because I mean, I know your mama, see your mama, how your mama.
Yeah, that's my mom, that's my dad.
Swipe up.
Swipe up?
Yeah.
No, it's not going up. There we go. Okay, she was right. See, I know she knows. All right, so this right here is my dad. I was a daddy's girl. That's my sister right there. And as you can see, I just love my dad. Is anyone here a daddy's girl? Absolutely loved it, right? And, oh good, I got it. So these are some of the accomplishments that I did, and it just blows my mind, right? First of all, it blows my mind that I transformed the lives of over 100,000 people. Woo! How did I come up with that number, you're probably saying, right? Well, thank you, yes. Because it falls on the heart, like I truly feel it. Before COVID, I used to teach classes, 15 to 20 classes a week, ranging in 30 to 55 people a class, right? So I added up all the numbers and I even made it lower than it was, but it truly blows my mind that God has gifted me to be able to express how I feel to other people, because a lot of people are afraid to say what they're going through and how they're feeling and all that great stuff. Won an Emmy Award. So that right there is like, me? And it still didn't hit my mind till I was watching this lady talking and she had an Emmy behind her and I'm like, I have one of those, but I didn't make a big deal out of it. Has anyone here ever accomplished something really, really good and you just kind of do it? What's something for you?
My mom put me in pageants. I was Florida Teen Hostess in 2001.
I love it. Say that again, you're what?
I was Miss Florida Teen Hostess.
I thought you said
2001.
flirtatious. I'm like, we don't want to hear about your flirting, girl.
I had a tiara and a sash and a trophy. I was supposed to meet the governor. I was supposed to do all kinds of stuff. I didn't do anything.
I love that.
I only did it because she wanted me to.
I love it. And you know what? A lot of people are against pageants. I love pageants. I was
love
in
the
pageants.
pageant itself. The behind the scenes I don't like.
True.
I was in one when I was in 5th grade and I came in 12th place out of 200 and something people.
Wow. I love
They
it.
said I would have been top 10 if I didn't fidget with my bows, but I had never done anything like
Right.
that. It was Miss Tampa Bay.
I love it. I love
Wow.
it. Let me tell you guys why I
The
believe.
girls are so horrible.
Exactly. Some of them can be. So
They were
the reason
throwing
why.
things, they were ripping their clothes because they didn't win. They were like
Yeah.
hitting their parents,
Right.
screaming and
It can be,
cursing.
it can be very
couldn't do it.
emotional, but one of the reasons why I think pageants are so good is because it builds your self-esteem. You're able to talk, and I think about if you did pageants and you did not, right? And you're coming to me for a job interview. Now in pageants, you gotta do an interview section.
Yeah.
You gotta introduce yourself. You gotta look presentable. So you're coming to this interview, you've done nothing. Who do you think is gonna present themselves better?
The one that has more experience.
Exactly.
Yeah,
So I realized this morning, guys. I have 2 decades, over 20 years of experience, and I could probably even go to 30 if I went that deep, in regards to honing the whole craft of everything. And Kamisha said it earlier, is knowing your worth, right? And again, sometimes we forget. What about you guys? Kamisha, you were gonna say what's something that you guys did, and I wanna hear from you guys too. Kamisha, something you did in your life, and it's something where someone else was like, wow, and you're like, whatever. What's something you did?
So, two things that come to mind. I have
Get ready to scream, I'm coming to you.
I have a product that was designed that is now in the Denver Black History Museum.
A product, what kind of product?
I did the first district judge's funeral, so everything we did for that funeral is now in the museum. And then
When you say, you're talking about like the graphics and flyers and stuff?
yeah.
Okay, so, because they don't know what you're talking about.
Okay.
She creates flyers, banners, anything you need for marketing for your business, that's what she does. So,
And then, a couple of years ago, I was listed as one of the best design companies in the US.
I love it. See, and when
I never
you're,
celebrated it.
say it again?
I never celebrated it.
Yeah, we truly have to celebrate ourselves. Sometimes you feel you're not worthy. Sometimes you don't have anyone to do it for you, right? And that's why for my birthday, I'm always celebrating it big, right? So you have to do that. But what about you? What's something that you've accomplished that you're proud of?
That I'm proud of? Oh, that I lost 84 pounds.
Woo! You lost a little child. After you're a big old child.
Yeah.
Congratulations, girlfriend. Go for it. What about you?
I don't have anything.
I'm sure there is. The fact that you showed up this morning, because there's other people that were supposed to be here and they didn't show up. One, they were probably scared, tired, embarrassed, didn't know what to do, they were lost, just getting out of bed.
Your mind was set to
You
come.
raised twins and they both in college. That's
Well, yeah.
Oh, thank you, girlfriend. See?
Well, I mean, the only thing I would say is, one of my sons, was high functioning autistic, yet he was able to get through high school and school in regular courses. He made Navy honor roll, so it
Girl.
was a lot of.
Okay.
Yes.
Do you see what I mean?
Yeah.
How we belittle what we do, because that is amazing. Can we give it up for her, please, guys? And that's what we do as women. Especially, sorry, we love you white people. But sometimes the black woman, it's just like, you just do it naturally
Yeah.
because it's a part of your body. And people are like, you're fine. But that is huge.
It is.
We all know someone who's autistic and the parent doesn't talk to them. I'm not gonna say they don't talk to them, but it's just
Right.
like,
They treat them
whatever.
differently.
She's like, okay, just come on, let's go. Come on, let's go.
Yeah.
What about you? Congratulations again.
I did for 8 years I did a fall festival with in my community, and like 3,000 people showed up in the last one. So
Yes. You see how great God is?
Yes.
God is amazing. And again, sometimes we keep it in. And what I want you guys to do, everything that you've done, whether it's the pageant, empowering, supporting those 3,000 people, I need you to dig deep. I'm coming to you, girlfriend, and I'm coming to you over here. When you're feeling at your lowest, right? You're ready to give up. You don't want to get out of bed. It's like, yeah. I want you to think about that time in your life. Jess, what's something that came up for you?
The walk this morning, I know I said it, but I really mean it because, like, I look at how it was a month ago, like, I could not do the things that I am able to do. Do I feel certain things in my body still? Yes, because my body's getting used to working out, being on the second floor now. I was on the first floor, like, I did my whole move by myself. Like, there's so much, and so to have done that walk, it was just like, wow, like, I did something that I didn't think I could do. Because when Tina told me you need to sign up for a walk and we kind of started like just working on that, I was like, no, I don't think I'm gonna be able to do that. Like, no, that's not me. But then I did, and I was able to get through it. I mean, did I feel it? I mean, I did, but like, walking around the whole, y'all ever walked around the whole Buck Stadium? I gotta be honest, walking around the whole Buck Stadium, it's like they had us go around the outskirts of it, then you went up, like those, you know how you gotta go, like not the what is it, the ramp or whatever, they had us walk up the ramp to go all the way around and go all the way back, like it was a whole process. I'm glad it was congratulating us at the top. I was like, yes, because I didn't know when it was gonna end.
That's what I was saying too. Up one,
But it was my
down.
it was my first
is a
one and
lot
I
of
made
walking.
it through. But
It
it was my
is.
first one I made it through. Now, honestly and truthfully, I said I didn't want to go to like Disney World or these Disney parks because you gotta do all this walking. So it might be on my bucket list.
I love it. Consistency. Carla, would you like to share with us something that you've accomplished that you're proud of, and then you, mommy?
Come on, Carla.
Come on, girl.
Sorry, I had to find the button. Something that I was excited about that I accomplished was speaking. Speaking for my school and advertising about, for those that do not see themselves going to school. I actually spoke of the reason why it's good to go to college. And because, can everybody hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
I'm sorry, it just, because of that, I will be speaking in April for USA, South Carolina.
Woo!
I mean, for Piedmont. It's amazing that.
Okay, it looked like she got kicked out. She got kicked out. So when Carla first started with me, I told you to do online classes, right? She wouldn't even put her camera on. She wouldn't put her camera on. That irks the crap out of me. And then when she did put her camera on, all you saw was the top of her head. And then she started coming through, and she's a life and health client of mine. And then she started taking fitness classes. Anyone ever heard? You back, Carla? Anyone ever heard of Toastmasters?
Yeah.
I got her started into Toastmasters, so she started speaking there. And her school interviewed her. So when you go to her school, she has a commercial just for her speaking. Did you have something else you wanted to share, Carla?
Yes, and it's just amazing how when I go by, everyone knows my name. Like, Carla, hey, you did wonderful in that video. So it's just amazing. To be a celebrity.
Because why? Because you the model, Carla. You were gorgeous, though. I'm sorry.
I
This is
love
stuff
it.
I tell her, like, because I know, like, she's
Self-talk.
yes.
Anyone here ever have like that self-doubt, like, I'm not tall enough, I'm not skinny enough, my hair's
Yep.
not pretty enough, my
Yep.
makeup looks crazy, right?
Yep.
Self-talk, we have to remember to start talking good to ourselves, those I am statements. That's why I told you about it. Mommy, I know you want to chat. She'll never shut up. Tell us something you accomplished, Mommy. On mic, let's go. Come on, chop chop.
Something I have accomplished. Well, I've accomplished, I believe, in finally believing in me and accepting me for me.
Aww.
I have nothing to prove to anybody else, and if they don't like it, bye.
Okay, so I'm gonna share something I thought she would have. 2 years ago, my mother's from Bermuda, and they have a half marathon every summer, 24th of May. And she told me she was gonna do it. I didn't believe her. I'm like, whatever. In our community, we have a walking challenge, walking/running, because I don't say walking, sounds corny, right? So I noticed she started walking and running every day. I was like, she getting serious? Is she really gonna do this? And then as it got closer to the date of the race, I'm like, oh my gosh, she's really gonna try to do this. My mother's 73 now. I'm like, there's no way I'm gonna have her do it by herself. So I was there with her during the race, and she was so excited because the last time she did the race, she was the last one to finish. The ambulance was like, don't you want us to bring you to the finish line? And she won first place in her age group.
Wow.
When she did the
Go ahead,
race.
Daddy.
That is what I wanted to share with you, Mommy. So I want us to just embrace all the great, wonderful things that we've done. And then I put here 2 bestsellers, and now it's 3 books that I actually created. Some of you may know, if you didn't know, we talked about Traumedy. right? Traumedies, when the energies of a trauma and a tragedy collide. This is one book, and then I created a children's book, and then the fitness book was first, so it just blows my mind. And then we were talking about speaking, right? I love speaking, and I guess it's been my whole life, but Toastmasters is a speaking community, and I won a bunch of awards with them. That blows my mind. Lisa Nichols, anyone here ever heard of Lisa Nichols?
Yes.
I did an online virtual class with her, and she actually picked me out and featured my speech, and I told my story, and then she redid my story, and I was like, whoa, that's good. And it just made me want to be an even better speaker. So these are things that just really blow my mind. Yes, getting the screen. But life was not always this way. And I want to take you back to February 26, 2016. For me, life was wonderful. Let me tell you, I was at the height of my career when it came to fitness. I was a fitness professional. I taught about 15, 20 classes a week, like I told you, body pump, spin, yoga, you name it, I was doing it all. My daughter, yes?
No, I'm good.
Oh, thank you. Like in church. My daughter, she was a professional dancer for a basketball team. Wonderful. My son, he had 2 successful sneaker stores. He was 21 years old, and
Wow.
exactly, that's why I was like, really? Go girl, go girl. So, of course, we all have traumedies in our life, right? So this particular Friday, it's a normal day. So my son had to get surgery on his eye because he had something called keratoconus. And I remember when we were leaving the eye doctor, he's in the elevator because the doctor said it's going to be $10,000. And he's like, I guess I'm going blind, Ma. I said, shut up, you're not going to go blind. I'm going to find this money. His insurance didn't cover it. You tell me I can't do something, I'm going to do it. I used to do a lot of fashion shows, put on a lot of the shows. So I put together the show, raised the money, got his eye fixed. And then something happened and he messed it up again. So long story short, he wasn't able to drive. So I'm driving him to work, I come home, because I teach at 5 in the morning, I'm that morning person. I taught at the gym, I came home, wake up, let's go. So we're in the car, and I'm driving him to work, to his shop. And he's in the car, and at this time, I remember this so clearly, because I don't like cursing. Like a little cursing here and there is cool. Anyone here ever heard of Lil Wayne?
Yeah.
He's got a huge potty mouth.
Yeah.
And Lil Wayne just came out with an album, and my son loved Lil Wayne. So he's blasted in the car, and he knows I don't like cursing. I'm like, turn it down! So we're like screaming at each other, and he finally turned it down. And then he's telling me about what he wants in his life. You know, he's always talking about his girlfriend and how he wants to open up another store in California and all this stuff. And I'm just like, oh, life is great. And then we get to the shop, and he gets out the car, and he's sitting on the passenger side. Now, I'm from New Jersey. It's February, so it's super, super cold outside. But the sun is just coming through, so it looks like it feels warm, but it isn't. And he's sitting next to me, and he looks at me, and I notice there's a sun ray just going right across his face. And I look at him, and I say, whew, sure to do. You did a good job, Tina. Your son is pretty handsome. That's what I thought to myself. And then he gave me a kiss on the cheek. He jumped out the car and left. Normal Friday, right? So that particular night, I went out with some girlfriends to Princeton, because Friday's always date night, whether it's a girlfriend, whether it's yourself, whatever. Every Friday night, I like to do something, fun. Went out with my girlfriends to a place called Maggiano's. Anyone ever been there?
Yeah.
Woo, so good, so good. And I had just met this guy, I was single at the time. And dating's rough, right? I mean, I don't know if any of you guys.
Yes.
I was So I had just met this guy, to make you guys laugh. Now, I work a lot. Jess, don't laugh. So I didn't want to tell him how much I worked, because I might turn him off. So I remember one of the times he wanted to go out, I called out of work, but I didn't even tell him I had to work just so I could go out. But I say that to say, this particular night, he's like, come over. So I come over, I'm sitting on the couch. He's in the bathroom or whatever, and I get a phone call from one of my daughter's friends. And she's like, Miss Tina, something happened to Molly. I know it can't be true, something happened to Molly. And I'm like, okay. So I'm still, no, whatever. Then my daughter calls me, and she's like, Mommy, what are you doing? She's like, get to Rahway now, something happened to Molly. Again, I'm like, whatever. Because my son had gone through so many things. Remember when he was like 16 or 18, car flipped over 3 times, and he got thrown out the car. And they said if he had his seatbelt on, he would have been killed. If he had it on. From the eye surgery, there were so many things, so I'm just like, whatever. So I'm in my car and I'm driving, and I call him, no answer. Anyone here have kids and they never answer the phone?
Yeah.
So
What
again-
they call you? Preach.
So again, I wasn't worried. I'm like, okay. So I call this store, the sneaker shop, no answer. They never answer. I call his friend, nobody's answering. So as I'm driving, I'm like, okay, now it's like, what's going on? So I called their father and I said, do me a favor, call the hospitals, police stations. I can't find Molly. I don't know what's going on. So I'm driving down the highway and I called the mayor because the mayor of the town and I were good friends. And I said, something's going on with Molly. Can you help me out? And he says, where are you? And I said, I'm driving to Broadway because I was in another town. And I remember as I was driving, I was passing Menlo Park Mall and there was this diner there because he was like, come to my office. And I'm like, it's 9:15 at night. Why does he want me to go to City Hall? Okay, whatever. So City Hall's closed. So I go to the police station. I run in with the police station and I come there and there's no one there. I'm like, hello, hello. And the guy, he walks over very slow. He's like, how can I help you? I said, where's my son? I'm looking for my son. And he's like, what's your name? He's just moving so slow. And my name is Tina. And he's just moving slow. And I lost my patience. So I left and I went to the shop. Because the shop was literally 2 minutes around the corner from the police station. And when I pull up to the shop, I look down the street and I see yellow and black caution tape. I see police cars, I see ambulances, I see tons of people. Now, I'm a little concerned. My heart. I'm in the car and I'm like, okay, Tina. Now, mind you, my daughter is still on the phone with me because she's like, don't hang up the phone, Mom. She's coming from New York because she was at a basketball game. So I get out the car. And when I get out the car, I see all these people and everyone's just standing still like sardines. You know, sardines are squished in, they're not moving, they're not doing anything. And I see the moon, it's a bright moon, it's dark, but the moon is shining and I'm running down the street and I'm running and I get to the shop and I pull the door and this police officer grabs me from behind. And he says, you can't go in there, miss. And I'm like, okay, where's my son? What's going on? Where's my son? Nobody is saying anything to me. I'm just walking around and they're just looking at me. It felt like an eternity. It was probably 2 to 3 minutes, I don't know. So I see these two police officers and I'm looking at this guy and there's a woman next to him and he has the most beautiful, bluest eyes I've ever seen in my life. And I said, where is my son? And he looked at me and he said, I'm sorry, miss, your son is dead. At that moment, I threw my phone down and I started screaming. And I realized at that moment I had to make a decision. Was I gonna go down that road of anger, depression, sadness, frustration, anxiety, and just stay there? Or was I gonna turn it around and see the goodness in it? Let's fast forward to today, because that was almost 10 years ago. But did you know that your mind doesn't know the difference between right now, last week, last year?
Absolutely.
So if I put myself, I can still feel the feeling, and it's like in your belly. Has anyone ever felt that pain? It's like right here, and it hurts so bad. So that's how this book came about. Because throughout the 10 years, I had to get it together. And what I did was I kept going. Well, I didn't go to work the next day, but 2 days later, I went back to work. I was teaching fitness classes. Because what am I gonna do, sit in the house and do nothing, right? So I went to work the next day and I still taught classes going. And that's something you should not do, right? That's when I was introduced to yoga. That's why when some church people talk about yoga, I'm like, shut up, all right? Because yoga saved my life. For me, yoga is breath to movement and keeping still. That's it, right? I did classes, I did journaling. If you guys see, we did some journaling earlier. And that's how this came to be. Actually, I started in my phone, just writing, because I didn't want to forget the memories of him. So every day I wrote. And then I got to the point, don't laugh guys, I did so much self-care, it wasn't working. I was journaling, I was meditating, I was doing yoga, I was making bracelets, I was doing it all, I was running. And sometimes you just gotta be still. Right? You just got to be still. So as I mentioned, life wasn't always that way. That's my sunny boy right there, and my daughter, as you can see. This was our last Thanksgiving together. And as you can see, that was the eye right there that he couldn't see out of. And that was us. We just always had a wonderful time, always just living our best life. But the consistency for us was always pushing one another with everything, right? I told you my daughter's a professional dancer, and I remember one time she was going to work, and she just kind of did nothing to her hair. And he's like, you can't go teaching like that. You can't look like that. We were always pushing, but I'm gonna say, like, they would call me Piggy. If, come on, Piggy, let's go. If I got that or whatever, but that's how we talk to each other. And you have to have communities with people that are gonna uplift you. That's all I was gonna say with that right there. So epigenetics, we're gonna go through this really, really quick. Okay, I'm going the wrong way. Epigenetics, let's get back. I'm going the wrong way, guys. Anyone ever heard of that?
No.
Epigenetics. So what that is, maybe I can get there. It is, all right, maybe I'm going the wrong way. Maybe I'll go out and come back. Just, can you keep pushing this till you find the word epigenetics? Thank you. Say it again?
You were almost there.
Really? So what it is, and I recently found out about this.
Sorry, where was I pushing?
Epigenetics.
No, where was I pushing? Just the,
Oh, I don't know, girl.
just the mouse? Oh, Lord.
I don't normally do that. But what it states is that our body trauma. And it holds up to 7 generations of trauma. So when you're wondering why you feel mad or angry or sad, it may be your mother's pain, or your father's. It's all of that trauma, and it's stuck in our body, and we have to get it out, right? And that's why I love fitness so much. Any luck?
Okay. Because I was already at the end.
Here, let me see.
Alrighty.
I got you.
So transformation, we're talking about consistency with your health and wellness, because, oh, she got it. Oh, we might have, guys, woo! All right.
Believe it or not, I'm not very,
Techie?
yeah.
Epigenetics is the science of how your behaviors and environment influence how your genes work without changing your DNA. Did you know you can change your DNA?
Yeah.
And your DNA, like I said, you have this epigenetics here, and you do that with exercise, with movement. Trauma can leave marks in your genes, not changing the DNA, but changing how you turn them on and off. So you can train your mind how to get unstuck, right? Like yesterday, I had a lot of clients this morning, yesterday. And I do a lot of life and health coaching, which means a lot of people, I'm not saying they dump on me, they just share their traumas. And when I left here yesterday, I got in the car and I just started crying. I was like, why are you crying, Tina? And then I could just feel, I felt a little bit of you too, girlfriend, and we only talked a little bit. I was like, okay. And then I'm like, okay, Tina, you know how to get yourself out of this. I just changed to a different song. Because if we had time, I'd show you how music is one of the things, write that down right there. Music can help you get out of your pain. I have playlists. You might have playlists that make you feel good, playlists that make you cry, get that twerking song, get that Jesus gospel song. But I don't know, am I the only person who sometimes likes to cry or likes to feel bad sometimes? Am I weird like that? No. Sometimes I just want to feel it. And it's okay if you do, but don't live there. Yes, Sarah, don't stay there forever, because you do want to acknowledge what you're feeling with your body. We said this right here, unhealed trauma, so important right here. Unhealed trauma can cause anxiety. Anyone here have anxiety, know what anxiety is at all?
Yeah, definitely.
What are your thoughts about anxiety?
It's not fun. It's not fun. It makes you feel on edge. Like even when things are going well, it's like, oh, like today it's a beautiful day, it's a beautiful breeze, we're enjoying ourselves. Everything's going too right. What's gonna go wrong now? There's always something lurking behind every moment. Like something horrible is gonna happen. It can lead to a panic attack or an anxiety attack. A rapid heartbeat, and then you're like, wait a minute, why is my heart beating so fast? Now all of a sudden, am I having a heart attack?
She said, am I having a heart attack?
Yeah.
So I'm gonna give you guys a tip, write this down, this is a good one right here. So anxiety, first of all, when you're living in the past, when you're thinking about the past, what happened in the past? Man, that happened. You're depressed when you're living in the past. When you're thinking about the future, you get anxious. Well, what am I gonna do about this? Well, what's gonna happen with that? That's why it's so important to stay grounded, to stay present. And that's something that's super important. How can you stay present? So right now, if I said, find something orange. Can you find something orange? Awesome. What do you smell?
The wood you burned in the candles.
Okay. What do you feel right now? Hot. Open the door so I think she might be replying. So one of the ways you can do to get present in this moment is start looking, think of your senses. What do you see? What do you feel? What do you smell? That's gonna help you, because when you're in the past, you're getting depressed, and when you're in the future, you're anxious. Anyone else wanna share their thoughts on anxiety? All right, let's keep it moving, keep it moving. These are some of the transformations. I work with women. That's my mom right there. When I showed her that picture, she was like, what? Because you never really know how big you are, right? That's my before and after right there. That's Renee's, that's a man client I had, another woman client there, and it just kind of, yeah, there you go, there you go. Some of my peeps. And again, it's just, I remember this client right here, he didn't want to work with me until he started going to the gym first. He's like, I want to lose some weight first, you know, because he was embarrassed, right?
Kind of like how when you hire a nanny, or not a nanny, a maid, and you clean your house from top to bottom before the maid gets there.
Right? Like, what is that about?
I don't really see it that bad, that's what it is.
I love it. This is one of my clients right here. So consistent, so hardworking. I have like a playlist of testimonials on my YouTube channel if you want to look at that. By the way, let's pull out our phones. Sarah's going to be building a YouTube channel soon. But what I want us to do is pull up YouTube and subscribe to my YouTube channel.
I'll subscribe, I don't have
Promise? Stars Tina.
What is
Stars with a Z, Tina. A lot of people ask me, how did you come up with that name? I've always loved the stars. I always say, reach for the moon. If you fall, you're still amongst the stars, right? I love the stars. So this is one of my clients here, Aisha, we absolutely love her. This is one of my life coaching clients. Yep, Stars with a Z. I'm gonna show you her testimony.
Hi, everyone. My name's Joanne, and I've been a part of the Elite Stars Fitness family for about 15 months. I first joined with my daughter to get healthy, to lose weight, work out, get more motivated. And with Tina's positive energy and her encouragement, I was able to do that. But then we had some hardships in our family. We lost my newborn grandson in October and my mom in November.
Wow.
And it really was the most difficult time in my life. But having Tina coach me one-on-one has really helped, not just physically, but emotionally, mentally, spiritually. And I just want to thank you, Tina, for helping me to become the best version of myself. And I love you, girl.
So the thing that I love about this particular client is,
How do you subscribe?
say it again?
I don't do this often. How do you subscribe?
Oh, so I like it because you might be my, oh, okay, that's our spin class right there. We're showing that we're live right now, that's why. Da-da-da-da. So the thing that I loved about her right there, subscribe, boom, she did it, woo!
All right.
Is when she started with me, she had a really huge fear of when people pass away, how's she gonna deal with it? And I taught her, and it's so wild, I could tell when a client starts to get to the point, I'm not saying where they don't need me, but they know all the tools and skills and things to go through life with effortless ease, right? And you know, she checks in with me now and again, because when you're doing fitness exercise, you may want to stay with your coach all the time, right? Because a coach needs a coach. I have plenty of coaches, but it felt so good to watch her transform. All right, let's see if I can get back to where we were. I hope I got it. I hope I find it. All right, that video is done. Where are we here? All right, that's Betsy. Journaling. We talked all about journaling. Talk to us about the journal that you got. I did a conference a couple months ago, and she bought a journal. Tell us about your.
I want to say it was back in April.
April it was?
I think so, the women's conference at church, our health and wellness thing, it was right before we got Easter, because we got baptized and everything, and my friend, didn't really work. I left it sitting for a long time, but I want to say right before I lost my job, I had a couple rough moments and I started writing. So the one I bought from her, I use, when I have prayers that feel like they're deeper,
You mean prayers that are
wrote
deeper?
down.
Okay.
Instead of just saying it in my head or saying it out loud to God, I want to write it down to God. It needs a deeper connection. So I'll write them out. And I've been using my book for that, and I don't use it all the time, but when something comes, I put it in there, and lately it's been a little more often. Like it was like once a month, and now it's like every couple weeks or a couple times a week.
I love it.
Because I have other journals that I use for other things.
I love it. You said your therapist wanted you to journal. What did she tell you about that?
Yeah, she was just, because I've been, speaking with a therapist for about a year.
Can we give it up to her? Because I love anyone who talks to a therapist, like everyone needs therapy. Everyone.
Absolutely.
And it just, I was having a lot of, just anxiety going through kids graduating from high school, the transition, because, you know, I've been so helicopter mom, and now I can't really be helicopter mom that much anymore. I gotta let them grow up. So I had a lot of anxiety about that, and I would tell her, and she was like, well, just write it down. She was just like, just write what your thoughts are every day, because I wasn't doing it at all. At first I started it, but then I stopped. So she just told me to just continue just to write down what you're feeling every day, and always say something positive at the end.
I love it. I love it. So these are our journals. If you want to purchase one, they're $15. And like Tammy, I'm sorry, I'm calling Tammy.
Her name is Tammy.
Oh, I am right. I know too many Tammys. Her name is Tammy there. It's like I know so many Tammys. I'm like, what is it wrong?
You called me Laura earlier, it's okay.
I have so many different journals. I've got one that's like whenever I'm mad, I'm like, it's like the anger journal, right? There's the love journal, there's the happy journal. So journaling is so important, and the journaling is what definitely can help you. What did you do, Tammy? How do you make it move?
So good.
Be grounded.
Right.
Put your cursor to the side if you're trying to go to another screen.
Okay.
So the
Boom.
right is to go to the next one, to the left is to go back.
I want to go back. So I'm talking about journaling, and the reason why journaling is so important, because it helps share your story. This was my very first book. It's a fitness journal, because I do personal training, and I train with a client, and I say, okay, this is what I want you to do for homework, and they come back next week. I didn't know what I had to do. So I created this book. It's a 3-month journal to help them with their whole wellness. This was my second book, and again, this shares my story a little bit, and then the things I did to get through my trauma. Because I said, if I had that book when I first had the loss of my son, my life would look so different. I started speaking, and I spoke at a school. That was my thing, I was speaking. And I have a boys' nonprofit program, because I found out after my son was murdered, someone said they were hanging out one night, and he said if he ever died, he wanted a program named after himself. So as soon as I found that out, I started a nonprofit. So I started speaking to the children, and I did a 4-week program with them. 4-course program with them. And the last program, because emotions are so important, right? Do you guys sometimes have trouble expressing yourself?
Yes.
Like how you feel? So this is what I use for the kids. Say, how do you feel? Right? And with the program, my goal is 1, to teach them to understand what they're feeling. How do you feel? The second thing I do is to teach them how to share what they're feeling with their mom, their teachers, or uncles, whoever. And the third, I want to teach them how to regulate their own emotions. So if they're mad, angry, sad, we teach them how to get through it. And the last week of the program, it's 75 kids. I'm all excited. Yay! So first 5 minutes, and I said, okay, guys, what happens when you don't express how you feel? This little girl raises her hand. These are 6th graders. So she's 12 years old. She says, you can commit suicide and die.
Yeah.
I'm like, really, girl? In the first 5 minutes, you're gonna ask me that, right? The principal's back there as the teacher, and I'm like, and when I heard that, it's like a spark came from God and said, girl, you are not doing enough. And because of that, we created this book right here, which is for children. Trauma No More for Kids. And it's pretty much a children's version of the adults. And in the back, there's different exercise of things, teaching a child how to journal. We call this the feel wheel right here, because again, they don't understand how to express themselves. So the main feelings of happy, scared, loved, mad, sad, anxious, these are the main feelings, and then breaking off to teach them, right? And then different exercises they can do, like coloring or breath work, gratitude, it's all filled with that.
What
So
age is that targeted for?
that's a great question. No, it's like, I teach it to 6th grader from 6 years old all the way up to high schoolers, because I've spoken to some high schools. I mean, they don't like the little exercises and stuff. Now, the first chapter is for an adult, because we want to talk about the brain and how it works, so the parent understands. It's great to have a parent do this with a child because it's all interactive. So I have this book as well, and my point is everyone has a story. These are other clients that I worked with to help them get their story out. Remember we were talking about Renee and how quick she lost weight? This was one of my clients right here. She came through and her first thing was, how long do I have to pay you, Tina? I'm like, what are you talking about? She's like, I just want to know. I said, depends on you, however long it takes you to get it. So she did everything and then some, and then it was like November and she wanted to give her clients. At this point, she had gotten clients. She said, I want to give my clients a Christmas present. I think I'm going to buy them a book, The 4 Agreements. Anyone here ever heard of that book, The 4 Agreements? Oh my gosh, write it down. The 4 Agreements. It's a very short read, very, very short. And she was going to buy it and give it to her clients. And I said, girl, she's a doctor. She had just gotten her doctorate. And I remember when I met her name is Dale, and I said, you're Dr. Dale. She says, but I don't have the paper yet because she just graduated. I said, it doesn't matter, you're still Dr. Dale. Even though she accomplished all this stuff, she still felt like nothing, right? That's what her testimonial makes me cry every time. And I say that because I said, you can create a book, Dale. Instead of buying someone else's book and gifting his people, why don't you get your thoughts? And she did it in a month. Wow. Because she had it all in her head, I just had to get it out of her head. And that's what we need in life. We have so many dreams, goals, aspirations inside of us, but we need someone to pull it out. So those are those books there, and that's another girl. Journal, Journey, Jesus. Got your journal, journey? Got your journal? All right? And I want you to write your journey, your life's journey, and then dig deep for Jesus to help you out with that. Journaling. Am I going the wrong way? Yes, I'm going the wrong way.
Put your cursor on the other side.
I'm hitting the bottom, maybe that's why.
Move your cursor to the other side, there you go.
Okay.
Hey, girl.
Alrighty, so community, this is the second tip. So the first tip, we're talking about consistency, write this down. Number 1 is journaling. That's the first thing you want to do in order to get consistent. Because if you write it down, it's going to happen. We had you guys making your journals here. We do vision boards and all that other sort of stuff. Community is the second thing. This is a trip that we went on in New York. It was so much fun. Oh my gosh, I love gatherings. We had brunch. You see New York in the background, all different ages, sizes, doesn't matter. When you have community to support you, it helps so much. But it's very important you have the right community, right? That you're all aligned. Some people, in my opinion, I found, I'm not gonna say they're jealous or haters, but you can just feel it. You can feel the energy when you walk into the room. It's like, okay, do they not want me here? Sometimes they may think you're too smart, you're not smart enough, you're too fat, you're too skinny. It's just like, really, girl?
It's
like,
rough with women. It's rough with women, I'm gonna be honest.
What are your thoughts? Do you stay in those communities and try to mesh with them, or do you leave?
No, I don't even. I don't even fool with them. I'm like, no, just forget it, because I mean, I'm not gonna thrive. It's not gonna do me any good to stay in something that's not gonna benefit me.
I love that. Anyone else have any issue? Like, do you love communities, hate communities? What are your thoughts? I'm curious.
Oh, speaking of music, I listen to this band called Curve.
Did we say anything about music? We talk about communities. I'm joking.
One of my favorite songs by her sings about how she doesn't want to be around people that don't like her. She's like, I would rather not be around people that don't like me. I'd rather walk on by. And that just always stuck with me, because what's the point of being around people that just can't?
And people aren't going to get you, especially me. I said, you're either going to love me or you're going to hate me, because my energy is like whoa, right? Either you get it or you don't. Community. Anyone else have thoughts, comments?
I used to hate being around people. I mean, I started out really loving being around people, but always feeling like the outsider.
Mm-hmm.
And then I went through a phase after my mom died, where I went crazy for a little while. And then I had a bunch of bad things happen, and I just started shutting down. And honestly, at Crossover, I have found a pretty decent community. Like, I have a group of women that support me and check on me. I even have a couple of the guys older men that text me occasionally and are like, hey, how are you doing? Hope you have a blessed day. Just checking in on you. And the community has been such a big help.
I love that.
Like,
you have to find
I never seem to
out.
have community.
Say it again.
I never seem to have community.
And I'm gonna tell you what. Are you ready to know why?
Yeah.
Do you know why? Because I'm there with you, girl. I'm there with you. this little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. People see your light and it scares them, it frightens them.
It does.
Yes.
It does. I can say that.
They
'cause
want, go ahead.
Because I say this because I've learned, and I was telling Amy earlier today, I am not everybody's cup of tea. I have learned to accept who I am, know who I am, and be okay with it. I read the room, but I'm not gonna let you affect my energy. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna do it. Like, just, you're not everybody's cup of tea, and it's okay. And then when I think about Christ and our journey with Christ, we're not meant to fit in. We're meant to stand out.
And I don't
Also,
seem to
another
fit
thing
in.
is,
Say that again?
I don't seem to fit in. And I'm okay with it because I do have I have my husband, I have my best friend, I have my sisters. So that's always,
And
but I've been told that I'm standoffish, and I'm like, dang, I'm so friendly.
No, we had a good time. That's all.
well, you treated me great when I was into the
Sometimes-
church.
like if we're going through things emotionally ourselves, sometimes we feel like people don't like us when they do.
Mm.
Because I learned this the hard way. In high school, I felt like an outcast when I was taking care of my mom and I was doing all these things. I went to my 20-year reunion a couple years ago, because I'm 41 now. But when I was there, people that I barely remember their faces or thought they hated me came up to me and told me they thought I was their best friend. They thought that I was the coolest person in the world. I just didn't see that because of the spot I was in. So sometimes when you feel like you don't have community, it's because you're not allowing them to be your community. You're closing yourself off.
And another thing
I
that you
wanted
wanted
it
to
for a long time, but I felt like I couldn't trust anybody, or I'm too big of a burden, or like I don't want to dump on people. I don't want to bring my energy.
Well, that's
to
another
them.
thing I was gonna say as well, two things. First of all, yes, we wanna share, but you don't wanna dump all the time and too much, because then no one's gonna wanna be around you. There's someone I'm like, girl, nobody wants to hear your stuff all the time.
Yeah.
Like, we all go through stuff. But with the light, it scares people. It's like, wow, why is she so happy? What's going on? Like, and I do have my downtimes. What that means is, girlfriend, you gotta create your own community.
Yeah.
Right? But we love you. Community, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, but there's a difference. There's community, but then there's also your inner circle. Everybody does not deserve to be in your inner circle.
Oh.
Yep.
Right.
Everybody don't know. We've been given too many times, people, that opportunity, and that's where we got hurt. And that can also stop you from, I'm just saying, sorry.
Oops. I hope you're still here, Carla. All right, let's get going. So community is the second tip in regards to consistency, having that community help you. This one right here is Teresa. She's a part of our community. She lives in South Carolina. I'm really good when I'm at in-person events. I was at an event in South Carolina about 2 years ago. I was a speaker there talking about trauma and how you can get it out of your body. And I did a class. I do fitness classes here, by the way. We have Thursday and Friday morning, 6:30 a.m., trauma-informed yoga. It's stretching, it's breath work, it's flowing to get the trauma out of your body. And I had taught that class for the first time, and Teresa was one of the students there. And I just wanted to show you her video, and she is a pastor's wife, a first lady, they call it, right?
Hello, my name is Teresa. I joined this community about a year ago, and I just had a conversation with my granddaughters, and I was telling them that I had everything that I needed pretty much to at least get started, work it out. I just needed to get moving, and went to a youth conference one weekend, and I met Tina, and we exchanged numbers, and she gave me a call, and she invited me to work out with her and some other women on Zoom. Had never heard of anything like that, but it sounded great to me because that's where I was. I wanted to work out, but I didn't want to leave my house, and I don't feel so safe leaving so early in the morning. That's when I was comfortable or had the energy to work out. So I started a year ago. Absolutely love it. I love the women. I love the encouragement, and mentally, physically, in every way that we get it. And I love the spiritual side of it too. We start out with prayer and a Bible verse, and she had me right there because I definitely love God, and I love being able to include Him, acknowledge Him in everything that I do. So if you're looking for that boost mentally, physically, and spiritually, join us. We'll be glad to have you.
Thank you, Teresa.
Hello, my name is
So
Teresa.
crew, I'm hoping my YouTube people can still see us. I also want to say something that's super important to you guys. I wasn't always this, I guess you would say faithful. I remember years ago, I was always working, I told you, because I was a single mom, just me, so I was always working, and someone was like, do you pray? I was like, I don't have time to pray. I gotta work, I gotta go to school, I don't have time to pray. I didn't even pray when I ate. I'm so embarrassed to say that right now. I didn't want to pray. And then a while ago, it was just like, I don't want to pray. And it's like, why would you tell your father you don't want to talk to him? Like, how do you feel if your mother doesn't want to talk to you or your daughter? It hurts, right? So I say that to say, we didn't start out doing prayer in the beginning, just something came over me. It's just like, okay. And I love having people like Jess in my life. That's why I think I keep her in my corner pocket so much, because she is so super grounded. I was praying in there, by the way. That's why I said I was praying, because I was in there praying.
No, we're gonna come get you on you.
We're gonna pray, girl. Come on now. She even bought us a Bible today. I don't know where it is, but she bought us a Bible here.
It's right there.
Thank you. You see, I my eyes, right? All right. So transformation outcomes. These are some of the outcomes that you get when you work with our community, whether it's one-on-one, whether it's the group. Achieve optimal health. If you want to lose weight, get off medications and feel energized. Is anyone here on medications, high blood pressure, cholesterol, things like that?
Yep.
Okay. And also when you're eating cleaner, if it's anxiety medication, depression, that medication hurts your gut and then makes it even worse. Cultivate a positive mindset. Overcome mental barriers and build resistance. So every month we have workshops like this, different things. We have events. Next month we're having an event. It's called Hope for the Holidays. I think I want to do it at my place. We can do like the cleaning.
Okay.
As I told you, my son was murdered, and the next day I found out he was an organ donor. I didn't even know that. Crazy, right? I literally had to be on the phone with this lady for 2 hours as she's asking me all these questions, because I guess they had to preserve the organs. And then I found out later on, years later, all these parts, I don't know, of his body, helped this person walk, helped this person stand up. So I was like, wow, even in his death, he was giving. And they did this event right before Thanksgiving called Hope for the Holidays, to teach the parents and the family how to live through the holidays with this pain, because it's tough, right? So during COVID, they didn't have it. So I started creating it myself virtually. I'm like, Hope for the Holidays, and I had other people, and I have a woman. You've all heard of Trayvon Martin, correct?
Yes.
So 2 years after my son was murdered, my daughter and a friend of the family knew each other, and the mother, Sabrina, she has an event in Florida, Fort Lauderdale, wherever, called Circle of Mothers. And every year for Mother's Day, she has an event for mothers. It's private, it's only for women who've lost their children. And I learned so much at this event. It empowered me. I mean, it's only mothers who've lost their children. And there was this one lady, and I want to show you how disconnected I was the first few years. So when I was there, you know how I am with my phone, right? I'm recording. They're like, put your phone down, sit down. Because I wasn't sitting in it, I wasn't present, I wasn't feeling it. I'm recording and I put it down, right? And I remember there was one lady who was like, tell me about your child. And she said she was 5 years old. She was one of the little girls who got murdered in that school shooting up north. And I'm talking to this other woman, and she said her son just graduated from college, and he wanted to go to, forgetting the place, some country. And he just wanted to go there to vacation with his friends. She was black, he was black. And he's at this club or bar or whatever, and this Caucasian lady wanted to talk to him, he was talking to her. And then he'd leave the bar, and about 10 men came outside and beat him to death.
Wow.
All on videotape. They can see who did it. Do you think they got convicted? No. So this woman and I, we connected. She's going to be speaking at the event. She actually had 2 children that were, that got murdered. And when I found out the second, I was like, girl, how are you even living? Like, if my daughter goes, you might as well smoke me now. Like, I'm done. I can't deal with it. And you know what she talks about? Forgiveness.
Wow.
Forgiveness. I'm like, really? So she speaks at the that we're having next month. It's a free event. And then we're doing a Friendsgiving afterwards. So I'm hoping you all can come. Has anyone ever been to a Friendsgiving? That's when you meet up, it's like a Thanksgiving with your friends come and everyone brings food, bring some healthy food. And you all bring food, so we're gonna do the Hope for the Holidays and then the Friendsgiving afterwards. But I love to connect people that do different things, like you see Kamisha talks about the business. This woman talks about forgiveness, because for me, it took me a minute to get on that whole forgiveness trip, you know? I was even like, God, really? Like my connection with God wasn't that cool. So all of this works. Mindset, that's where it begins.
The one that you do for the women that lost, is that gonna be locally?
Yes, Hope for the Holidays.
My best friend lost her son 2 weeks.
No, you should talk about the circle.
Oh, Circle of Mothers?
Yeah,
Oh, she does it. I can give you her information.
that's the one that you do.
Oh, sorry.
Are you talking about Hope for the Holidays?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's gonna be here. I'm thinking either here, or I would love to have it at my house, because there's a pool there, and there's like this whole area that's really nice. So we're either doing here, but it's gonna be, it's the weekend before Thanksgiving. Because during the holidays, it's like, you don't know what to do, and I don't want to, I wanna teach what I've learned. I feel that God has gifted me with all these horrible things, so that I can teach someone, like that's my purpose, that's what I feel. So yes, I'll definitely give you the information, would love to have her come. November 22nd, that's when it is. But it's gonna be all healthy food, maybe some chocolate cake with advance your career. So I wanna tell you really quick about the journey with our business. So people come in and perhaps you say, you know what, I just wanna eliminate fat. But if you're overweight, you're probably holding on to some type of trauma, some type of pain. So once we get you rid of that, we're gonna get you through our whole wheelhouse, starting with your mindset, losing weight, eating, teaching you how to eat. And it's all about teaching you. Each one reach one to teach one so that you can teach someone else, right? Then I really wanna find out what you're passionate about. I already know with you. What are you passionate about? And I told her, when I served in the children's ministry this past Sunday, and we're doing the thing, and I'm thinking it's just something that, you know how churches buy programs? I'm like, oh, that's so good. And she said she created it. She created this whole program. So, and I can see it in other churches buying it, right? You have to think big times 10. That's what I always say. Whatever it is that you want, think even bigger. So that's part of our program, is to figure out what someone wants. And then to be either a coach for yourself or your business or lead under ours. So that's a whole part of our program there. Grow your personality, continuously develop yourself, and face your fears. Not to run away from them, because guess what, guys?
Scary.
They're always gonna be there. It's coming.
Next year, I'm gonna be on the pink chair. I will take a picture on the pink chair.
Did you tell anyone about the pink chair?
No, we ain't gonna talk about it.
Okay, we're not. Strengthen relationships. So let me tell you guys something. Let me tell you something, okay? Let me tell you something. Everything, the way you do one thing is the way you do all things.
Yes.
Communication is the most important thing. We were talking about communities, and I'm 52 years old, so I'm to the point now, if you don't like me, I don't care, it doesn't matter, right? But learning how to talk to people, how to send text messages. And I was telling people when I was teaching this morning, a text message is not the way to communicate with someone. Because you can text me something, and I may take it a certain way. So I take it a certain way, I'm gonna come at you at a certain way in that text message. But Tina, I didn't mean it that way. I was really trying to say da-da-da-da-da. Right? So I want to invite this for each and every one of you today. There may be a relationship that's rocky. It could be 5 years, 5 months, 5 years, 10 years. And I just want you to sit with it and say, you know what? I mean, if you care about the relationship, if you truly care, because I had to suck it up this week. I literally had to I'm like, okay, Tina, because I know I can be a little petty sometimes, right? Suck it up and call that person. And if you're able to get close to that person, touch them. Because when you're talking to someone, you're looking them in the eyes, and you're touching, you have that connection, it just pulls them in closer. So we teach you all that stuff about relationships. And lastly, deepen your faith. That just kind of came, and we got Jess around, so, we're just gonna make it do what it do. She's
verses.
Right. No excuses, you are amazing. That is my spiel for today. Oh, the last one is your why. The last part of the consistency is, what is your why? Right? What are you passionate about? We have a lot of things coming up, as you heard me say earlier. Oh my gosh, look at the time. Thank you, Zoom people, for coming through. Really quick, let me tell you what we have coming up. We have a conference coming up. November 13th, 14th, 15th. Carla's coming, my mom's coming. And I want to invite you all, November 15th, if there's one thing that you come to, November 15th, 8 a.m., International Plaza Mall, Fabletics.
Oh, okay.
From 8 to 10. From 8 to,
Say
again, November 15th.
November 15th.
Saturday, November 15th, 8 to 10, so from 8 to 9, we're gonna be eating, talking, taking pictures, do. And then from 9 to 10, we're working out. And Fabletics is giving us an amazing sale price on one of the things. That's a cool thing. But that entire weekend, I am having a conference. So that Thursday, we're having a night session. I'm not sure if we're gonna do it by the beach yet. We have our night session on Thursday, and then Friday, yes, I forgot. So Friday, all about the makeover, right? There's a store, a boutique store in West Shore Plaza Mall where we're gonna go there and do makeovers. Physically, mentally, shop with the clothes, do a little fashion show. We're gonna have workshops that have different speakers. So the woman who has this space right here, she is an EDMR therapist. Has anyone ever heard of that? So trauma, as I said, is stuck in your body.
Yes, miss.
And there is this type of therapy, when you move your eyes and you do all these different things, it gets the trauma out of your body right away. She's gonna be talking about that, because there's people who are stuck and it's in depth. So she's one of our speakers that I love. And then, as I mentioned, Saturday, we're having our Fabletics workout, and then we're coming here for our workshops.
And I just wanna say that I have a portion, so I will actually be one of the speakers.
Yay! First time ever speaking, we love it. It's gonna be a lot of fun, a lot of community.
Yes.
We'd love to invite you guys for that. Now, the workshop, the community, so you're probably saying, well, what's going on? We have so many things, I'm like, okay, what am I gonna do now? I'm gonna share it. So we have our 21-day challenges. Every month, we have a 21-day challenge. We've been doing this since June. And I realized, I said, you know what, team? We're getting close to the end of the year. It's time to tighten it up. So instead of 21 days, it's 40 days.
Okay.
That sounds like, wait, look, 40 is a really important number, because remember that journey was only supposed to be 40 days, it was 40 years. We don't need to do that, we can get it some 4th day.
A lot
Okay,
of churches do 40-day challenges too. Where
okay.
you give something up around Easter, they'll do like.
I love it, I love it. Is that the lit thing?
And like,
I gave up bread.
I had a
I'm
friend
still
that
at it.
was,
Or you said
Orthodox
to 40?
Christian.
40
and
days, yes.
They give up, like they fast for 40 days, no meat, no nothing.
So it starts November
40 days is a good.
10th, something like that. It's 6 weeks long, 40 days. So we have our different communities. So we have our online community, which is here. Thanks for still being with us, Carla girl. We love you.
Yes.
We have our online community right here where we have our fitness classes. And here we have classes in the morning at 5:45 a.m. till about 6:30. Now we're here. Yeah, it used to be 6, but we brought it back because we want to do some meditation and prayer and that whole thing. So that's why we brought it back. I really want to go earlier. But anyway, and then we have classes here Monday night, 6 o'clock. We have our accountability / weigh, measure, talk about nutrition, whatever. And then 6:30 we have a class. It's a total body class.
It is
Monday
for your
night.
total body, trust me, but you will love the fact that you did it. Like, if you just attempted it, like, you will love that you just, I'm telling you, that gave me the fire to keep on going for the rest of the week.
Really?
Yeah, I was telling Amy that, yeah.
Wow, I'm not a nighttime person, worker-outer. I really don't like working out at night. I really don't. But we had the bands going and they crushed it and they did it. Thursday, Friday morning, we have our 6:30 trauma-informed yoga class, which is, breathtaking. So for the online, that's $47. For the community, that's $97 a month. That also includes one session for yourself to get one-on-one coaching. Then we have our 6-week / 40-day. The 6-week 40-day, that's $297, and then we have our conference. I decided when I was getting ready here, I wanted to give away one ticket for the conference, because I know there's women who want to be a part of it, but the funds just aren't there. Actually, you know what? Maybe I can pull it up and that'll help me, because I know I'm missing one. Hi, Mommy. I know I'm missing some things. Hey. All right. So with the conference, any questions about consistency, ladies?
Does anybody remember all of them?
It's only 3. What's the first one?
Consistency?
Yeah, what's the first key?
Journal to be consistent.
Journaling, yes, journaling. What's the second one? Community. What's the third one?
What is your why?
Yes, what is your why? You guys took good notes. I like that. Okay. All right, I'm stopping there. I'm done with that. So any questions, comments about what we went over today? No. Alrighty. Super proud of everyone that, oh, is at the back?
Yeah.
She's having so much fun.
She's artsy with it, I'm very like,
Yeah.
I put a
Picture
sticker
of
on
art.
it, like, bam.
Yeah.
She loves art, so.
Sticker and we're done.
Yeah.
All right, ladies, well, again, I want to thank you all for coming through. If you have any questions, you can hit me up one-on-one to decide where, if you want to fall in. Monday night, like I said, if you want to come through, come work out with us and give yourself a round of applause. We need a big photo. Thank you for coming through, Carla and Mommy. Do you guys want to share anything with the ladies? We can't hear you if you're talking, Mommy.
I really enjoyed it. Sorry, my southern accent. But I have learned so much for each and one of you ladies. And I am just, this was a great workshop.
And Carla's coming to the conference, so Carla will be here in November.
Oh, and you had told me to stand up. I was already standing up.
Sure.
So I was that short.
Wow. Every time I could have a real conversation with Miss Hattie, I just kept complimenting her when I first met her. But now we have a relationship, Miss Hattie. Wow, this November is gonna be so much fun, seeing people like, from all over. Mommy, you wanna share something? Anything before you go?
Just move. You gotta work out, and you could do it in any way. I'm supposed to be in recovery, but I had to come out and go put the legs on me, because all that dancing I did yesterday. Whew, that muscle memory comes back.
Thank you all for coming back. We cannot wait to have you. Bye, guys.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Woo! All right.
Bye.
Wait.
Oh, Carla left.
All right, guys. On your feet. Let's go.
Oh, I thought you were gonna do a Bible verse.
We can do that. Let's go.
You gotta do the one.
Come on. I think we're making dollars now.
Oh,
Make
really?
dollars.
Oh, make it dollars.
Woo! Kamisha, move those hips, girl. Let's go. So let's pretend we're on a cruise ship right now. Anyone ever been on a cruise? Yep. Yes.
Not yet.
I've never
my life.
been on a cruise.
I don't remember much.
What? What you waiting for? I'm scared. I don't want to die like the Titanic.
But it's ironic that because I would think you being from Bermuda, you would have at least experienced a cruise in my mind.
Okay, our part's about to come through. Are you ready?
That Congo line,
Exactly how we're going to cruise.
Oh, I thought you would.
Let's go the other way. Woo! All right, it's coming soon. Can you believe we've done this 3 times and the song's still not over? Yeah. Long song. Right, come on, Terry. I actually watched the video. It's a very old song, and the man has on white spandex.
Oh my
Here we go.
goodness. Wow.
Ready? Here we go. Okay, maybe not yet. Still do those hips. Here we go. 10 cents, 5 cents, dollar, cents, 10 cents, 5 cents, dollar, cents, 10 cents, 5 cents, dollar, cents, 10 cents, 5 cents. Make some dollars. Woo! Give me a